show. How's it going?
It's great. I'm sorry, I get this question every interview. And I always have to say great, and then I think, is it? It is, of course, but it's so funny to answer this so many times a day.
Oh, I can imagine so. I mean, just from the outside perspective of having to do press days like this, I imagine that you get asked the same questions over and over again, so hopefully I'll try not to ask that over and over again.
That's okay. It's good that you all want to know the same things.
Well, great. Well, of course, thank you for taking the time to do this, talking about the brand new album from Xandria, Theater of Dimensions, which comes out on Friday through Napalm Records. How does it feel being a part of this second album that you're a part of with Xandria?
Well, great. I think it's our best album so far. Obviously, I have to say this, but I really do believe it's true. And why? Because for this album, all things that led up to the album, so starting with the writing process and then going into pre-production and eventually production and recording, everything just, well, I was a part of everything. That's a good point to start with. But then I also hear from the boys and can compare to our Baron Dash's EP. And this was such a solid and smooth process. Everything was guided by our producer, Joost van den Broek, who really took over the role of producer for this one. And he just let us focus at what we do best, and he focused at what he does best. And it's something the whole process just greatly benefited from.
Yeah, and I gotta imagine that the confidence level on yourself has got to be a little higher on this album. Not to say that you weren't on the previous album, but being more in the band for a few years now, really getting to showcase what your songwriting skills and just being able to be yourself.
That's true. Now with this album, I know so much more what my voice will sound like live. You know how recorded vocals translate into live. What is needed for me to safeguard my voice, so what I can do, what I shouldn't do, that's also really important. Where the strong points lay, things we have to take care of during writing. For example, we changed a lot of keys. Former Xandria compositions were all in D minor because it's a guitar key. And for this album, we really took care that the voice came first, and everything was basically built around that. And the good thing is that when my voice is in good position, you can basically throw everything at it, arrangement-wise, so as well as orchestral as band arrangement, and the whole thing will just stay up and really be solid because I'm there working in a good position. And when I'm in good position, the band can do whatever they want, and you will still hear me.
Yeah, that's definitely a great impression, and I get that as I listen through the album, which is coming out on Friday through Napalm. Just being every song, how you approach the vocal styling, I mean, it just fits perfectly.
Thank you. Happy to hear you say that.
Oh, not a problem. Well, so was there any songs that were a challenge for you this time around, or did it just feel that smooth?
Well, obviously, some songs are harder to sing than other songs, but that's always the case, I guess. There weren't any problems because we did a really good pre-production. We started out writing the songs with the three of us, so that's Marco Hooibaum, Joost van den Broek, who is our producer but also co-writer of the album, and myself. And like I said, from a very early stage on, we focused on the vocals, and when the vocal lines were already there, we really took a closer look at the keys of the songs and put them in the right key for me to sing the vocal line. and then continued into pre-production and eventually recording. So when we were at the point that we could start the final recordings, everything was, twisted and turned and well, so prepared already that there was no need to be afraid of anything anymore.
So along with that, was there any songs that you feel particularly proud of this time around?
I think definitely the very first song on the album, Where the Heart is Home, is something that I'm really proud of. I think this is just, if you listen to the album, it's the perfect opener to the album, and this is just bombastic and will hit you in the face straight away and hopefully make you long for more, which is good news because there are 12 songs more. Yeah, I'm really proud of this one also because this is a very technical song to sing, and it's really something that I have to, where I have to keep my focus. We already rehearsed it, obviously, and also in rehearsal, the song showed me that, yes, I have to keep my focus. Another one, a totally different song is Dark Night of the Soul, which is a very fragile song, and a song that is, the lyrics are written by me, and it's written very close, very much from the heart. It's a situation really close to me, and that, of course, it makes it totally different than Where the Heart is Home. But I don't know. You just have to listen to the song, I guess.
Well, I'm glad to see that you did pick out two songs that are very diverse on the album, and those are always the albums that I gravitate towards, are the ones that really showcase all the different sides of a band, whether it's Where the Home Is, or We Are Murderers, or Dark Night of the Soul. I mean, three very distinctly different songs that very, very much feel like they are appropriate to be together on an album.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I like contrasts, I like crossovers, and I think for this album there is a lot of contrast people can find. So I just hope that every one of our listeners, whatever they are searching for, is pleased when they are listening to these songs.
Oh, very cool. So, in particular with the song We Are Murderers, you got Speed from Soilwork to do some guest spots on it. How did it feel to get him involved with the album?
Awesome. He's just this tremendously great singer, and he really completes the song. I think that it's for sure to say that we couldn't, there was no way we could go this heavy without someone from the outside joining and really strengthen the vocals in there, because I can do the lower vocals as well, but my voice won't do anything like grunting. I also am not very keen on trying because I'm afraid I might hurt myself, so I'm staying away from that. There are people who can obviously do a much better job at this, and Björn is clearly one of them. We are really happy that he agreed to sing on our album, and I like, again, the contrast between his grunt and then you have the clear voice in the melodic chorus, and I like it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I can't really imagine you trying to go for more of that death metal, black metal style that the song opens up with, so it's cool to hear that contrast with Speed from Soilwork matching with your voice. It's a perfect blend.
Thanks!
Oh, not a problem. And yeah, again with the track listing, it's Dark Night of the Soul is right after We Are Murderers, and those two songs in particular just showcase that it can go from like black metal guitar riffing to a very fragile song like you mentioned, and just being able to showcase all those different aspects on one album, it's great to see.
Thank you.
No problem. So, of course, you mentioned that there are some songs that you've been working on for the live setting. Is there plans of incorporating any more songs from the album into the live setting yet?
Of course. I think, but it's from the heart. I think we have 6 new songs in the new live shows, which is quite a lot, because when we will start performing them, people will not know them, obviously, as well as the older songs. But we believe that these are really good songs, and people should just hear them. And if they want to know them better, then buy the album.
Yeah, and that's definitely a great way to approach it as well, is when you find out that Xandria is coming on tour and promoting a new album. Being able to hear those songs live is a good way to find out about how the new album is, and being able to go out and buy it if you hadn't had the chance to hear it yet.
It is, right? Yeah.
So how does it feel working on new songs compared to having to learn all the material you did before you joined the band?
Well, obviously, I like that very much. I'm a very creative person, and well, I just couldn't wait to get involved in the writing process. I've been writing music for a very long time, and I have my takes on it, and there were clearly parts also vocal-wise that needed attention in build-up and in structure, and in, for example, how to reach a high note. Everyone can come up with a simple vocal line, but it's a completely different thing to have a vocal line that really is supported by technique, or can be supported by technique as well as breath support. So that's very important. And I also know best whether different colorings of my voice are, and how to implement that into an arrangement. I've been talking so much that I get stuck.
Oh, not a problem. Yeah, I can imagine with press days that with certain questions getting asked and some questions not getting asked, having to do all of these, I imagine that happens once in a while.
Oh, yes.
No worries. Along with that, though, back in 2015, there was the Fire and Ashes EP, where you did a couple covers of Meatloaf and Sonata Arctica. How did it feel doing those songs in this kind of setting?
I loved it, and I think I've already said that I really like and love a lot of things, but this was just spectacular. There's a lot of me you hear in the songs, actually. I think this was the very first time in my career with Xandria that I could really use all the different colors and all the different vocal techniques that I mastered. And then Joost came up with a really good orchestral arrangement that fitted the band arrangement, and everything together just worked out so wonderful, even much better than I expected. And I think if you do a cover, that's really something that you should aim for. It has to be different from the original, but never should it be an insult to the original.
Oh, very much so. And I gotta say, with those two particular covers, I mean, they're just phenomenally well done from the entire band, production-wise, all of it. It's such great takes on it that really capture the spirit of the originals, but just have your own sensibility with it.
Thanks!
So, if you had the opportunity, is there any other covers that you would like to try out in this setting?
That's so hard. Oh, I don't know. There can be a million songs. I really like Muse and like Skunky Nancy, and I think in between the songs there should be something that can be Xandrianized.
Oh.
Yeah, but many more bands.
Oh, very cool. So, of course, with being able to promote the new album, which is coming out on Friday, and upcoming shows, is there any, what are the plans for 2017?
Well, a lot. But, the thing is that we have a lot of requests for shows, and we're trying to see how to blend some together to a tour and where we can all go, still keeping in mind that some of us have a day job and have to be home to work for certain periods. Unfortunately, we're really at the point that it's, that you can't do both. And we're trying to balance things out so that we also have some form of a private life, and are still there to tour with Xandria, and also to work and make some money to be able to tour again.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense, as it is becoming harder to be able to be in a band full time, and being able to have the part-time job or the full-time job to be able to support the art that you want to create. And I'm glad to see that you guys are still at the point where you can keep creating music, and when you have the opportunity, being able to promote it live.
Yeah.
Oh, well, awesome. Well, again, thank you very much for taking the time to do this interview. I absolutely love the fact that you're a part of Xandria, and just showing off everything that you can do with this brand new album, which is coming out Friday through Napalm. And I really hope people will be able to check out this interview, like what they hear, go out and buy the album.
I hope so too.
Before we're done, is there anything else that you would like to mention that I haven't brought up yet?
Well, we were just talking about work. I don't know if you were up to date on me making jewelry.
I am not.
You're not? Okay, well, because I'm only bringing it up because it's really a part of me being in music. I'm also a vocal coach, but I also create jewelry out of guitar strings and bass guitar strings, as well as cymbals. And I do this actually with the old strings that I get from the Xandria boys and from other musicians from the bands from the genre, such as Dianne or Epica or Riccioli or, well, many others. And I turn them into a jewel, such as a necklace or earring or a bracelet for both female and male. And then people are, well, able to purchase a jewel that's made with the strings from one of their favorite bands.
Oh, that is so very cool, and an amazing concept, especially for the music fan in all of us. Where can people go and check that out?
And my brand is called Precious Metal. You can find me, I'm only on Facebook with my jewelry because I really like fan interaction, and this is just the easiest way to stay in contact with people. So that's facebook.com/preciousmetaljewelry.
Oh, very cool. I'm definitely going to have to check that out after this interview and see the amazing work that you do. I mean, I really love that concept, and I imagine that it's amazing stuff.
Well, I think so.
Well, awesome. Well, again, thank you for taking the time to do this. It was a great honor to be able to talk to you, to be able to promote everything that you got going on with and without vocals, with Precious Metal and with Xandria and everything else that's going on. Again, just thank you for taking the time to do this.
You're very welcome, and thank you so much for your interest you've shown in us.